Guys, what's going on? Welcome to Cereal at Midnight. So I just went through like the whole thumbnail thing where I was like, look at this stack. And I realized I wasn't recording. So I had to stop and swerve. Hey, let's kick things off. I'm trying to do this a little bit differently. Keep it fun and fresh. Let's kick off Cereal at Midnight. Alright, I want these videos to be fun and not to feel routine in any way. Not just for you guys, but for me too. I don't like routine. Routines can be good, but I don't like to feel like I'm just doing the same things over and over again. I want it peppy. I want it snappy. Why is this not a fresh flavors? Because it's only been 13 days since the last fresh flavors video, and I was like, man, I can't do another fresh flavor. Like, I try to do this once a month, maybe once every 2 months, really, so that when they happen, they feel very special. So this is just gonna be like a collection update, and I'm gonna tell you guys most of this stuff. Well, maybe half of it still sealed, still in the shrink wrap. So we'll do that here. Like, why not? It's like, I even thought about doing this live. Would you guys like to see these kinds of videos live? If that's the case, I'm going to have to appoint some generals to handle like troll control, because one of the reasons I've experimented with live, I used to do things, I do live streams from time to time, especially on Patreon, but the trolls, man, you get like a 12-year-old who's like, your butthole smells like pickles, and just like derails the whole thing, and you're trying to talk, and everybody's like, somebody get that kid out of here. And so I'm going to have to appoint some generals to do troll control, if that's something you guys are interested in. So let me know. Let's talk about some new movies. So these just arrived from Mill Creek Entertainment, and this one in particular holds a very special appeal for me. It's a very special place for me. My very first professional audio commentary track is on this release. This is Thrillers from the Vault. It's an 8-film collection. It has all of Boris Karloff. It's a Columbia. These are from the Columbia catalog. I think both of these are drawn from the Columbia catalog. Boris Karloff he worked with Columbia multiple times over the years. And all of his Columbia work is presented here. But there's also other non-Karloff things. So that's why this is not just, a Karloff set. This is Thrillers from the Vault. So we've got The Black Room, which is great, Boris Karloff. The Man They Could Not Hang, which is the one that I have here. This was very exciting for me. So there it is. Heath Holland right there. Commentary with C. Courtney Joyner and Heath Holland. Very first one. Hold on, let me keep. So before I hang, Boris Karloff, The Man with 9 Lives. That's Boris Karloff. The Devil Commands. Boris Karloff. The Boogeyman Will Get You. Boris Karloff. And then The Return of the Vampire with Bela Lugosi. And 5 with William Phipps. Susan Douglas. And for the record, just Sci-Fi from the Vault is just 4 films. It has Creature with the Atom Brain. It Came from Beneath the Sea, 20 Million Miles to Earth, and the 30-Foot Bride of Candy Rock. I have not seen that one. So this is what we're dealing with. It's my first commentary. I was invited to be a part of that by C. Courtney Joyner. He's kind of I think so highly of him. He's a little bit of a mentor for me. And he invited me to be there. So I was not driving on that commentary. You know what I mean? Like here on this channel, the podcast, whatever, I'm driving. You know what I'm saying? Like if I don't like something, I go, no, scratch it. Let's take that from the top. I was not driving, and I was the guest, right? I was asked to do this. So I was nervous as all get out. I wonder if that comes through in my commentary, just really because it was the first time. Totally new experience. It's like, hey, show up, talk about this movie for over an hour. And I'm going to tell you guys the research that went into that commentary. I mean, weeks of research. I don't even know how many hours. So I see like some commentaries I've listened to, and it feels like they did zero preparation at all. And like sometimes that seems fun if they're just like, look at this guy. Well, that's not how you eat ice cream. Or that maybe they're like, this guy, his butthole smells like pickles, and it's that kid. He's doing a commentary. But sometimes he's just like they didn't prepare at all for this. I caught a guy. This is my story. I caught a guy reading trivia from IMDb verbatim. He didn't even reword it. It was like verbatim what it says on IMDb trivia. I put weeks of research into this. I watched the movie multiple times. I watched all the other Boris Karloff at Columbia movies again. I had pages and pages of notes. I did a lot of research. I was going to like primary sources. So a lot went into it, and I hope that it comes through. I've done more since then, and I think I've announced I've got a commentary coming out for MVD soon. So anyway, but this is the first one. This is the first one that I hold in my hands. I'm of two minds on this release. So here's the thing. Let's get into the weeds. This is just gonna be like a collecting video, right? So these are like I think for all intents and purposes, these are kind of budget collections because this one is $17.99. It's 2 discs. It's 4 movies, 2 discs. They have put, I mean, that's okay. 70 minutes and 79 minutes on one disc, and 82 minutes and 73 minutes on the other disc. These Karloff movies are even shorter. They're like 62 minutes each, and they've put 2 of those on each disc as well. But this is a 4-disc set, and these discs are stacked. And I don't love stacked discs. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. So it's like, but this is my commentary debut, and I want as many people as possible to be able to hear this commentary and to be able to buy this set. So that's exciting. But Mill Creek, like, they can't win, right? I see you guys. We're going to talk about comments, right? Because I get so many comments. Mill Creek, when they put out sets like this, people are like, cheap, feels cheap. When they put out huge, okay, Magnum PI is the one specifically that I want to name. Well, it's also Charlie's Angels. Magnum PI is like, I think it's the most discs of any Mill Creek set ever, like for Blu-ray. We're not talking about the 50 movie packs or the 2, even those probably. I think these Magnum PI might be, anyway, that's not the point. The point is they came hard with like a big stack of discs. So it's like, I don't remember how many. Does it say, I'm looking at it, does it say, I'm not going to walk over there, but it's like it's several dozen discs. And people are like, why is this over $100? It's because they put like 4 to 5 episodes, like 5 episodes on every disc. It takes a lot of disc. They didn't cut corners. It's not a budget set. It's like transfers directly from Universal. Over an hour of new features from Ballyhoo. And people are like, psh, but that's too expensive. So either it's too expensive or it's cheap. There seems to be no middle ground. Maybe that's just This American Life. This is coming up next on This American Life. This is Ira Glass. Our Mill Creek sets, too nice, too expensive, too budget, too cheap. We'll talk about it. Is anybody getting an Ira Glass joke on this channel? I don't know. I have the demographics, but I don't know if you guys are listening to Ira Glass and This American Life or not. So those are coming out soon. There was release date changes, like multiple release, like, you know, backups at the printers and stuff, the pressings and the printers. And so I don't know what's going on with Amazon. These came directly from Mill Creek. It's like my contributor copy. I'm sorry if your order got canceled. Hang in there. They're rolling off the assembly line. In fact, I think mine came straight from the press, like the printing place. So they're coming. Also from Mill Creek Entertainment, this is Requiem for a Heavyweight. It's still sealed. But I have this movie from another... Umbrella Entertainment put this out in Australia with a Bogart movie, I think it was. But this is getting its own release here in the United States. So now if you're in the US, you don't have to import it. Anthony Quinn, Jackie Gleason, Mickey Rooney, Julie Harris, and the David Susskind production of Requiem for a Heavyweight, written by Rod Serling, directed by Ralph Nelson. Now, you might have heard of a few of those names. This is a very high pedigree film. Great movie. I'm going to say it's noir or noir adjacent. What is the year here? 1962. That's a little late for noir, so maybe we'll say it has neo-noir leanings, so that here come the noir police. You hear them? Wee, wee. They're here to tell us what noir is, more importantly, what noir is not, and how everything I say about noir on this channel is wrong. They're here. They're in the comments right now. I'm not joking, but I am being silly. All right, so this is out now. All right, I gotta be very careful with these. Here, we're gonna start here. I'm gonna have to, let's see. All right, that'll work. Gotta be so careful. All right, these are new from Blue Underground. We have Justine, Marquis de Sade's, like from the files of Marquis de Sade comes Justine, and then Philosophy in the Boudoir, aka Eugenie. Now I can't show you. Can I show you the back? Yeah, I can show you guys the back. That's as far as we can go with the cover art here on old YouTube. But here's the backs of the packages on these, and I think this is super fascinating. So this is like a Jess Franco, a bounty of Franco. The last 4K that these are from Blue Underground, Bill Lustig. The last 4Ks that came out from Blue Underground before these, what was it? Quiet Nights in Clichy. So I'm like, he's doing a thing. He's just leaning into the erotic, mature. And the kind, these are what 50 years old now at this point. I'm looking for years on these too. So 1969 and 1968. So not as provocative as what would even come 5 years later, but really interesting. I like early Jess Franco. Didn't I hear somewhere that the girl from Rio is getting a 4K? Is that coming from Blue Underground too? I really like the girl from Rio. There's like a Sumeru double feature that Blue Underground put out. It was like The Million Eyes of Sumeru and Girl from Rio. And Girl from Rio's got this like really cool bossa nova. The girl from Rio, like very 60s, like Astrid Gilberto kind of a thing. We're not talking about, hey, that's not even out, so we're not talking about that. But this is sort of, that's Bill Lustig kind of doing his thing here. So, I mean, they've got new audio commentary with Nathaniel Thompson and Troy Howarth on Philosophy in the Boudoir, aka Eugenie. And let's see, new Jack Taylor in the Francoverse, interview with star Jack Taylor. Newly expanded poster and still gallery. They've got Perversion Stories, interview with the director Jess Franco, Harry Allen Towers, a girl from Rio, I think it was Harry Allen Towers, and the Sumeru pitches. I guess Bill Lustig is a fan of the Harry Allen Towers. By the way, Harry Allen Towers, and his business name was Towers of London. Is that not the greatest? That is exploitation filmmaking, you guys. Murderous Passions, the delirious cinema of Jesus Franco. They've got an interview. Oh, the comments. Let's see. No, the interviews also with Christopher Lee and the actress. All right, so Justine has a new audio commentary with Nathaniel Thompson and Troy Howarth. Director Jess Franco. This is not new. Director Jess Franco and writer-producer Harry Allen Towers again. Stephen Thrower on Justine. New on the set with Jess. Interview with star Rosalba Neri. We got the French trailer. Newly expanded poster and still gallery. New Deadly Sanctuary, the shorter US version in high definition. It runs 96 minutes. That's off of what is the full uncut 124 minutes. That's quite a cut to go from 124 minutes to 96 minutes. Oh, US. Okay, set those over here. More 4K beauty. Puppet Master 3. Screen written by C. Courtney Joyner. So because C. Courtney Joyner is my friend, who we just talked about. In case you're just joining us, we just talked about C. Courtney Joyner inviting me for the commentary of The Man They Could Not Hang. So C. Courtney, that's a joke, by the way, if you're just joining us, because no one comes in the middle of a video. Have to explain it, because some people are like, well, why would I just join? I started at the beginning. I am friends with C. Courtney Joyner, and we have something special coming for Puppet Master 3. I have not yet watched this disc. This just arrived. Everything that I'm hearing in advance review of this is that this is a world different from the Transfers 4K, which I say, when Transfers came out on 4K, I was like, there's no way this is from the original camera negative. And somebody was like, read the package. Read the package, you pickle smelling butthole. And that's 3. That's 3. That's the last one. It's the rule of 3. The comedy rule of 3. So I said there's no way this comes from the original camera negative. Someone was like, it says on the back of the box it comes from the original camera negative. I was like, yeah, but it doesn't look like it. And now I'm seeing all these other people say it can't come from the original camera negative. This is supposed to be a whole lot better. I've even heard that maybe Bill Lustig was involved in this behind the scenes. I don't know. We'll find out more later. But there's more coming for Puppet Master 3. This is... it's It's got audio commentary by C. Courtney Joyner and director David DeCoteau. Behind the scenes, Puppet Master 3 Toulon's Revenge, the original Puppet Master 3 Video Zone, vintage Puppet Master action figure commercials, and Puppet Master trailers. I don't think that there's any alternate artwork here. No, there's no alternate artwork, but you do have the 2-disc. You got one 4K disc, one Blu-ray disc. I hope that lessons were learned. I think lessons were learned, but we'll find out together soon. All right, Dario Argento's Phenomena coming from Synapse Films, and this is I don't even know. It's Dario Argento, right? I feel like anytime an Argento movie comes out on any medium, it's like poof, it just goes like that. It's just so quickly sold. It's got all 3 of the cuts, I want to say. I'm looking for it's got the Italian version, and then the international and the Creepers versions. So yes, it's got 3 versions, and the difference: 116 minutes, 110 minutes, and 83 minutes. Again, how do you cut a 116-minute movie down to 83 minutes? Tons and tons of stuff here. Rather than just read this to you, I'm going to hold this up, and you can check it out for yourself. I believe this one does have alternate artwork. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. Maybe this is good. High energy videos seem to connect with people. So it's all for you, Damien. It's all for you. Here's our discs. And we have our booklet of Synapse Films. And then lots and lots of extras. Is there anything else I should talk to you guys about? This beautiful 2-disc set contains all 3 versions of Phenomena, including the original Italian version, the international cut, and the US Creepers cut in Dolby Vision HDR compatible, HDR10 compatible, along with hours of amazing features. From Arrow, we have Millionaire's Express, a movie that I have not watched yet. I'm interested, cautiously optimistic. Here's the thing, you guys. So it's Sammo Hung, right? Did he direct this? Looking for the, it's not here. It doesn't say. It'll say in the special features, probably. Like if I just sat here and read all of this to you, it would probably say. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Martial arts, comedy martial arts, I don't love. I don't love comedy martial arts movies. Not that I want martial arts movies that think they're tougher than they are. I like when they have humor. I mean, I really like Shaw scope movies, right? Because they're so big and so they're I don't think they're unintentionally goofy. I think they just know what they are. But when it comes to some of this stuff, like the Sammo Hung movies and the Jackie Chan movies, like I don't really connect with them like I know some of you guys do. So, I mean, I know that, look at this, guys. You got Cynthia Rothrock, Rosamund Kwan, Richard Norton. I mean, there's a lot of people in this that I like. You know, I haven't seen it yet. So, is this a comedy that is going to, you know, do you think I'll like it? That's what we'll leave it there. Here's our first disc. Second disc. We have a booklet. I'm super. Oh, this is the teaser. Man, make it happen. I'm so excited about this Desperado. I hope it's a 4K. I hope. If it's not a 4K, why bother? Let's get that thing on 4K. Desperado. Robert Rodriguez. What is that? 1995. Oh, that movie was transformative. If you're a fan of this movie, Millionaire's Express, this is the release for you. This is the thing you've been waiting for. And the booklet. Maybe I'll like it more than I think I will, because I know there's a heavy Western. It's not that I don't think I'm going to like it. It's just what these movies think is funny usually don't resonate with me. It's like, you know, I watched the Executioner movies, and the Executioner 2 on that set that came out is so silly. I mean, it is like, It's like 12-year-old pee-pee humor. Buttholes that smell like pickles. Okay, that's 4. It just doesn't... I'm like, eh. But the action scenes are great. And you get to watch people that you like. So I'm just trying to be honest with you guys. I'm just trying to be real and transparent. Because I don't want you to feel like I'm shilling something. Someone told me one time, they're like, you just shill for the labels. No, I don't. I'm trying to be as honest as I can. And if I don't talk about something, either I haven't seen it or I know you guys like it. Here's one, The House That Screamed. I don't know if I've seen this. I don't think that I have seen this. And I'm really eager to check it out because I love AIP. I've seen so many AIP movies, but this one's not ringing a bell for me. So this is a 1970 film, Lily Palmer, Christina Galbo, just released by American International Pictures. Looking for the director. Directed by Narciso Ibanez Serrador. It's not ringing a bell for me. So, brand new 2K restoration from Arrow Films. It's got the 105-minute uncut version titled... Presents the 105-minute uncut version titled The Finishing School, La Residencia, and the 94-minute U.S. theatrical version titled The House That Screamed via seamless branching. What audio commentary? Brand new audio commentary by critic Anna Bogustakaya. I'm so sorry. This Boy's Innocence, a previously unreleased interview with actor John Mulder Brown, archive interview with Mary Maud. Lots and lots of stuff, guys. So, and it has the reversible artwork. So the other side of the art looks like this. And what's the teaser here? One of the Giallo films. We have the poster. You guys hang up the posters? I know that's an incentive to buy, and they're cool to have. I don't hang them up anywhere. They're all different dimensions, and so that's a challenge because I've got frames. I've been able to hang up a few Scream Factory posters because they fit the frames that I already have. And I can just rotate things in and out. But these posters aren't the same size. By the way, I should say that reviews, whenever I get around to watching this stuff, remember it's been 13 days since Fresh Flavors, which had, I think, 3 dozen releases in it. When I do get around to watching some of the stuff here that I have not seen, reviews will surface in all my usual outlets. This is not my last. This is not all that I do. Someone was like... There are people that watch this channel that don't realize that I talk about movies, I write about movies, I review movies. There's an archive with hundreds of movie reviews. That's really where the work goes. This is it's almost like a public service announcement. This is just me being real for fun on my channel. There's a professional side to this too. Please visit CerealAtMidnite.com for the review archive. You can follow me on Letterboxd. A lot of my reviews get linked on IMDb Critics section. There's a whole other side to this. This is just for fun. This is just for you and me, and to kind of talk about being excited about the stuff that's coming out. So, all right, we got new Imprint, guys. We got 6 new Imprint titles. They are still sealed. I thought we'd do that together. Every Imprint release to date. They are all behind me. They have all played perfectly fine in my Region A locked player. Almost every Australian import from any company that I've ever received played. Not all of them, but almost every one of them. All right, so this is The Mountain. Spencer Tracy, Robert Wagner, 1956. Who directed this? Edward Dmytryk. Okay, we got a audio commentary by Howard Berger. Actor Robert Wagner remembers 20th Century Fox, Spencer Tracy, and The Mountain. Wow, that's new. And a 1990 interview with the director Edward Dmytryk on the Hollywood 10. Here's the inside artwork, because these are limited. If these sell out and they bring them back in print, it's just going to be this. Next up, we have Something to Live For, which is a 1952 film produced and directed by George Stevens. We have, hey guys, new 2022 2K scan from Paramount. if you notice, a lot of times these Imprint films, like what Paramount licenses out, is often like sometimes it's new, rarely it's not. I feel like getting a new scan is a really big deal. So we've got a new scan here, a 2022 2K scan, audio commentary by Daniel Kramer and David Del Valle. David Del Valle is how he says it. My wife teaches Spanish. When I see Valle, I want to say Valle, but that's not how he pronounces it. Neil Sinyard on Something to Live For, interview with author George Stevens, the films of a Hollywood giant. You guys hear the bird chirping outside? It's super gloomy. It's super humid. My hair is like poof because it's so humid. But there's a happy little bird out there. It's just a happy bird. It's a happy tree. I'm gonna give him a happy little cloud to fly up in. Happy branch. We don't make mistakes. We just make happy accidents. Get your alizarin crimson and a little bit of phthalo blue. Carrie, the original Carrie, not to be confused with, this just happens to be here, not to be confused with this Carrie. Stuff's everywhere. It's literally just within arm's reach, stacked up on the floor, which is why you've seen me talking about like going through the shelves, really in the process of, we saw the video about my alternate storage method for stuff that I don't need on these shelves. William Wyler, Carrie. So this is a 1952 film. We got a commentary by Jason A. Ney, Neil Sinyard on Carrie. It's an interview with the author of A Wonderful Heart, the films of William Wyler. So that's 2 Sinyard special features. I can tell I'm going to have a lot of fun going through this particular wave. This is like, I don't know, these movies really speak to me, especially. I'm so excited about this, you guys. I'm so excited. The trilogy is complete. I was hoping when they announced the Bad News Bears, Imprint announced the Bad News Bears, they were the first person in the world to put it out on Blu-ray, and I was like, oh, what? Because I have an old DVD, like a beater DVD copy of the trilogy, and it's got the Billy Bob movie in it as well, which I've decided doesn't exist. I'm probably never gonna watch it again because, like, for me, like it's Walter Matthau, and it's that. But these movies are rooted in their time. So then they put out Breaking Training, and now, like a year and a half later, I don't know how long it's been, we finally have the Bad News Bears go to Japan with, guess who? Tony Curtis. That's right. Take your shots. Everybody that plays the Tony Curtis Cereal at Midnight drinking game, you have to take a shot now. This has a new audio commentary by film historian Scott Harrison. America's Wildest Export, scoring the Bad News Bears goes to Japan. That's an interview with the composer. I'm so happy. Now here's the question: are we gonna get the remake version? Like this is Richard Linklater, right? Are we gonna get that version now? Will they put that out? And I still don't think the 2 sequels. I know the first one got a release from Paramount, right, in the U.S., but I don't know that the sequels have been in it. I don't think so. Hurry Sundown with Mike O'Kane. This is a movie called Hurry Sundown. It's presented by Otto Preminger. Jane Fonda, John Philip Law. Oh man, we got Danger Diabolic up in here. Hey, there's two Barbarella people. Okay, totally missed that one. Robert Hooks, Faye Dunaway, Burgess Meredith. See how excited I get about this stuff? You can't fake that. That's the thing. Like, people are like, if anybody's like, you're shilling. I'm obviously really excited about this. Let's see. Audio commentary by Daniel Kramer and Robert Hooks. The Great Ecstasy of Tree Climber Otto, are How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love Late Preminger. That's a video essay by Daniel Kramer. Directed by Otto Preminger, and Appreciation by Peter Bogdanovich. Some pedigree there. Here's the case. All right. We got one more. And I think that Lee Gambon contributed to this. All right, so this is Resurrection, a Daniel Petrie film from 1980. Oh, that's not what I was trying to do. Okay, audio commentary by Lee Gambin. New 2K scan from Universal. The Choice of Love. Interview with actor Ellen Burstyn. That's brand new. Born to be Wild. The Resurrection and Rise of the Divine Feminine. Video essay by Kat Ellinger. All right. Let's move on. We're still in Australia. All right. This is Umbrella. These are some Umbrella new arrivals. King Kong Lives. This is cool packaging. I fear from you guys that you don't like the borders. I kind of like the way that he's busting out of the border, though. Let's see what's happening under this. The Beyond Genres slipcover. Nice. Ooh. Ooh. Dang, you guys, that is sweet. All right. You know what? Hold on. I need to rehydrate myself. So I'm not going to edit around this. Enjoy. Vitamin water. Not a sponsor of Cereal at Midnight. But if they would like to be, let me know, because I consume lots of vitamin water. We've got a new audio commentary. I've never seen this movie, by the way. I really like the 1976 movie. I've written a review of the 1976 movie, which I think is just a metaphor for sex. I think the whole thing is about sex and the brutality of I think there's a lot going on in 70s. Jeff Bridges with the long hair and the beard, and like it's all metaphors and like where we were in the 1970s. So audio commentary by author Ray Morton. New interview with the miniature supervisor David M. Jones. New John Guillermin Lives. Video essay on the director by Stephen Vag. And the original theatrical trailer and still gallery. Check out the production notes here. Oh, that's glary. Well, you probably don't... I don't want to give that away anyway. I'm sure Umbrella would not appreciate... Oh, there's more inside, guys. There's more inside. It's dense with text. I really like that. Okay, but wait. There's more. There is, you know how they do, Umbrella does these site exclusives where you get extra materials, and such is the case here. So let's see. Oh. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And look at this. Oh, man. That should be hung up somewhere. It belongs in a museum. I should have mailed it to the Marx Brothers. What are you prepared to do? From the dawn of time we came, moving silently down through the centuries, living many secret lives, struggling to reach the time of the gathering when the few who remain will battle to the last. No one has ever known we were among you. Until now. I hope there's no nudity here. I'll have to edit if there is. Ooh. Was this the VHS cover? I remember this image. And last. Man, that is... nice. That is really nice. All right, I'll pack all this stuff up later. We're not done with Umbrella. They also have a new release in the 6-Shooter Classics line. This is Red Sundown, a fantastic movie. I have already written a review for it. You know, I write about Westerns. I was doing it weekly. I was calling it Weekly Westerns. It's a little much to write something every Saturday. Or even if I write it ahead of time to post something every Saturday. Because I need some time to recharge, right? I can't do Cereal at Midnight like 7 days a week. But I do regularly write a Western column. I'm committed to Western reviews. Not just like, I bought this. It's got Rory Calhoun. Like, I love these movies. I watch these movies. And I write about these movies. And I want to talk about it as much as I can. So you know, Cereal at Midnight, like I'm really committed to the Western genre. So This is a great movie. It's directed by Jack Arnold, who is the guy that directed Creature from the Black Lagoon. He directed The Incredible Shrinking Man. And the Grant Williams, his star from the... I just want to review it for you guys right here and right now, but there's no way I could do what I was able to do in the actual review because I got all my facts and my numbers and my resumes right there in front of me. It's a fantastic film. Rory Calhoun is one of my... I really like him. He was the Texan. In the late 50s, there was sort of like on one channel, you had the Texan with Rory Calhoun. He'd come from the pitches, and he went to television for 2 years. And then he went back to movies. And then back to television, right? But there was... So on one channel, Rory Calhoun and the Texan. On another channel, John Payne is the Restless Gun. And it was like a competition to see who would get... the same time slot. They were directly competing with each other. And that was it's good stuff. Competition makes things better, I suppose. Anyway, so this is out now. This is it's region free. Right? You know what? I'll say it would play perfectly fine for me. These are DVD, and I know that some people are like, ew. I think, so this is, as far as I can tell, this is the only release in the entire world that is authorized by, this is Universal, right? Yeah, because it's Universal International, Jack Arnold, he's under contract there. It's the only official release. I've seen there was a Spanish Blu-ray bootleg that was an upscale of this file. This comes directly from Universal, from the Universal Archive, the Vault. It's the only release anywhere in the world, as far as I know. And I am sure that Umbrella Entertainment would like to release these movies on Blu-ray. The whole Six Shooter Classics line, so many of these movies, they're only on DVD as part of the Six Shooter Classics line, which is why I'm a big champion of them. I did a video just about the Six Shooter Classics line. I'm sure they would like to do these on Blu-ray, but I don't know, would you like to see that? And if you would you buy it? Because that's the thing. The Westerns... I believe until very recently, Westerns did not sell because the core audience, I mean, I don't know why. They historically have not sold. That's what Frank Tarzi talked to me. He's like, Westerns sell single. Sometimes they sell better as singles than they do as packs. But I think this is a genre. It's an underappreciated genre. Let's be honest, horror is taking up all the oxygen, and so all the other genres like 80s action and 70s action and crime films, they have to fight for the same dollars. Horror fans buy every horror release that comes out. It seems like stuff like this is not a safe bet. So would you like to see this on Blu-ray? Hey, maybe with a commentary by yours truly, since I clearly love the movie and I've done my work on it. I've done my research on it. If you would, reach out and let people know. Umbrella Entertainment's on Twitter. But really what's probably going to come down to is they're going to look at the sales of Red Sundown on DVD. And that's going to be the factor. Combat Classics, that's another Umbrella series that I am a big fan of. So and again, these are affordable. I think Red Sundown right now, you can get it from the U.S. Amazon store, I think for $15, something like that. They're not super expensive releases because they're DVDs, but you know what? They're in their proper aspect ratios. And that's not something to take for granted because so many of these movies they live on as TV, third generation VHS dubs that played on TV on a Saturday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon in 1990, and that's what's in the archive. These are actual, studio transfers. So good stuff. For Whom the Bell Tolls, this is Gary Cooper, Ingrid Bergman. I have less to say about this because I feel like we've talked about this before. Did Kino Lorber release this on Blu-ray and we talked about it there? It's great. I love these combat movies. It's such a niche. It's like are they dad movies? I don't know. Are they dad movies? But that's okay. That's not a bad thing. Guys, remember I was talking about in one of the Black Friday, I don't know where I talked about this. I've talked about it before. I was at a Black Friday sale. I was at Target on Black Friday. And I think this may have been Thanksgiving night or something like that. And I found myself so these young people, I can't tell how old certain young people are anymore because I'm that age now. I'm like, I asked my daughter, I'm like, is he old enough to drive? And she's like, he's 26. So these young people were standing around that cardboard thing that's got all the movies on it. And they were talking about Damien Chazelle. And they were talking about Ford v Ferrari, and they were like, these are dad movies. Damien Chazelle makes movies that dads love, and Ford v Ferrari is another dad movie. And I was like, yeah, it's okay. And I just mentioned my daughter, right? So I'm like, yeah, it seems legit. Hey guys, Vinegar Syndrome. I'm going to talk about some Vinegar Syndrome releases. I bought Flesh and Fantasy, and I bought Kuruku, Beast of the Amazon. Now, hold on, I'm going to save this. I'm going to save it. We're going to talk about this one first. Haven't watched it yet. I'm going to say, you guys, I'm not loving the slipcover. This is so ill representative of what the movie actually is. If Vinegar Syndrome, I feel like maybe, are they trying to trick their audience into like, it's a gritty grindhouse movie from 1942. I don't know what year this is actually. What year? 1943. I was close. I know what they're trying, and I know the slipcovers are huge. This one doesn't really work for me. However, I do love this one because this is just beautiful, and I think it fits the movie really well. So this is a hold on, it's Kurt. I was gonna say Robert. It's not Robert. It's Kurt. It's Kurt Siodmak. Mid-50s movie. It's the companion film to Love Slaves of the Amazons, which Kino Lorber released a year or so ago, maybe. I don't even know. But I love that movie because it's like sexy, and there's like it opens up with like this. Is she a soprano? Not like a Junior. What are you gonna? Not like Tony Soprano, but like a vocal set. It's just like like the beginning of Star Trek or something. It's got this real cool exotic vibe, and it's got these like there's a dance sequence in the middle of the movie where all these Amazon women come out and like dance the choreographed number for their prisoners. I love it. I love that movie. Well, that movie was made using a lot of leftover footage from this movie. He made them back to back. This movie is not nearly as sexy as the other one, but it's fun, and I'm glad. Like, my joke was going to be, well, now I know why it took so long for this movie to come out on Blu-ray. It's a little boring. I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's a little slow. But there's enough there to redeem it. It's super short, too. Is it 70-something minutes? 75 minutes. I do like it. It would make a good double feature with the other movie, with Love Slaves of the Amazons. But now I know why it took so long, right? That's the joke. Because it's a hard sell. And well, no, I'm not going to say anything. I don't want to spoil this movie for you guys. There's a lot of exploitation propaganda here, like nothing your eyes have ever seen before. That's not true. Although they did shoot it like in the Amazon. They really shot it on location. Well, I think they shot it in Brazil. Brazil. When I think of Brazil, I think of Street Fighter 2. Brazil. But I asked my wife. So in the movie, they say Kurusu. And in the trailer on this disc, they say Kuruku. So I asked my wife, who taught Spanish for 20 years. I was like, do you think that this would be Kurusu or Kuruku? And she was like, well, a hard C, a soft C would never come before a U. So it's got to be Kuruku. And I was like, good enough. So in case you were wondering, that's the story. But, it's a really nice package. It's got, that's what she said. It's got a brand new audio commentary track with Barry Forshaw, Kim Newman, archive video feature with Kurt Siodmak, the reversible sleeve artwork. Which is the same artwork, but it's a pretty stacked release. So I don't know. I'm really glad to have it, and it kind of completes my Kurt Siodmak 19. It was in 1953, 1956. I was way off. The last thing we're going to talk about here is kind of it's a hybrid release. It's Todd Rundgren, The Individualist, A True Star Live. So this is a DVD. It just keeps unfolding. It's a DVD and a CD set. So it's a live show, and it's a performance from 2019. He does "Hello, It's Me." It's a good set list. I wanted to talk to you guys about this because I wasn't sure when the next music-related video is coming along. I want to do it, but when this much stuff shows up in 13 days... I need to stay on top of my movie releases too. But, if you're a Todd Rundgren fan, I wanted you to know about this. I would have loved to have talked to him about hey, tell me about hey Todd, you got that concert coming out. So how did you choose the set list? Here's the track listing. Any other Rundgren fans out there? Let's talk about it in the comments below. All right, that's gonna wrap us up for this one. Wow, this one went longer than I was expecting. So I like this format. It's not tight. It's not like boom boom. It's not all business. We opened up with guitar stuff. Should we close with guitar stuff too? No, I won't do that. And I'll play something copyrighted and get myself in trouble with YouTube. But I like just feeling like we're hanging out talking, and it doesn't like. I don't know. Coming out, you've seen the video about Burnout that I did with Brian Sauer from Just the Discs and the Pure Cinema podcast. I need things to feel fresh for me. I need to change up the formulas. I need to get off of what feels like a treadmill. Mike Malloy's term, content creation treadmill. Actually, Brian Sauer used that term too. I need to feel like I'm not just doing the same things over and over again, that everything is new and fresh. We're going to be honest about things, and we're going to talk about stuff. So what do you think about the stack? What are you interested in? I'm also going to, you know what? Jeff from Films at Home just tweeted something in the last 24 hours. Don't collect everything. Collect what you love. And that's a good, coming off a video with however many releases this was, don't collect everything. Collect what you love. Collect what speaks to you and what you know is up your alley. Nothing really ever goes away. And don't be afraid that something might disappear, because it probably won't. There are very few movies that have actually disappeared that won't be coming around. And look, I mean, these studios are digging into the archives to monetize as much of their vault as they can. It's a good time to be us. So let's just enjoy it, but don't buy out of fear. And yeah, I will second what Jeff from Films at Home said, and collect what you love. Don't buy everything. Collect what you love. So it's a good note to leave us on and keep some perspective. Guys, thank you. I appreciate you. Take care. Until next time, I will catch you later.